I keep telling y'all this world is different. Each story I bring you, I try to put a lesson in it because there's so much going on and so much mischief that we got to stay in front of it. As hard as you work to have, last thing you want is somebody running around here and taking it. But it happens every day. It ain't nothing new under the sun. We just got to make sure that when these things happen to us, we hold people accountable. Because it ain't cool. I tell you, it really ain't. I'm sitting out here on my patio trying to get some vitamin D. If you haven't, I hope you join me. Anyway, back to the story. This young lady, she said, damn, waiting on the police. I'm going to see where my Apple product is pinging. I think it was her Apple Watch. Pulled up there, and you had luggage everywhere. Can you imagine that? That's why a lot of times I always try to just do a carry-on in a backpack, typically. But she says she typically, carry her little luggage with her, but they forced her to check it because they knew they was going to take it. And all I'm saying is, when you don't raise good people with morals and ethics, then the world becomes hectic. Now, the mother, she, I'm sure was upset and didn't want no connections with it. But when she grabbed that man and started throwing her hands up and hitting him, talking about help, now I understand why she got that knucklehead of a son. This world just never seems to amaze me. But one thing's for sure, character goes a long way, and so does integrity. Keep coming back. I'm going to keep bringing you these real life stories because it's real out here in these streets. And if you don't stay woke, somebody going to take you for a joke.
A Spirit Airlines passenger whose luggage was stolen took matters into her own hands and tracked it down to a house in Fort Lauderdale.
Now an airport employee is under arrest and charged with grand theft. Is this all part of a larger theft ring, though? Local 10 investigator Jeff Weinstein is on the case.
I need my computer because I go to university, so I need my computer, no matter what.
Paola Garcia stood at Carousel 4 inside Terminal 4 at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International, watching fellow passengers receive their luggage.
And I've been waiting there for at least 3 hours.
Garcia tells us she always carries on board her pink hard-shell suitcase. It fits in the overhead. But she says for some reason this time, Spirit employees forced her to check it. The suitcase never hit this conveyor belt. That's because as she was waiting, according to an arrest affidavit and pictures, 29-year-old Junior Bazile apparently had her...
I'm sorry, y'all, but y'all know he looked crazy as hell sitting up there.
Pink hard-shell suitcase in the back of an airport retail store where he worked. Pictures show him rummaging through it, her MacBook, 2 watches, an iPad, jewelry, designer clothes, all taken. And back at the terminal and unaware, Spirit told Garcia not to worry.
We send you luggage to your house.
And that's another thing. You see how Spirit just lied to her, saying her luggage was on her way to her house, knowing that they had no idea where that woman's luggage was. She had all her valuable items up in there, and Spirit playing games. When you traveling and that's all you have is your luggage with you, ain't nobody got time for games. Don't play with me. Know my things.
So I give my address to Spirit.
But the next morning, her Apple Watch is sending a signal, but not from the airport.
You're at home and your watch is pinging at a house in Fort Lauderdale.
15 minutes from the airport.
So you decide to go to this house.
Yes, because I said, how is Spirit move my suitcase there?
The Apple Watch's signal coming from this house at 1017 Northwest 11th Court.
So you pull up to the house and you see luggage and suitcases all over the place outside?
Everywhere, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She dialed 911.
The first things I remember, the police told me,
Retail.
what are you doing here? This is so dangerous for you to be here.
A Broward Sheriff's detective put that house address into an internal database here at the airport and found that Junior Bazile worked here for a company that operates retail stores. And he was working that day. These pictures were obtained through an investigation. Bazile had already gotten rid of the items when he was arrested and charged with grand theft.
How are you?
We went to that house to talk to Bazile. You know he was stealing luggage from the airport for people's luggage?
My daughter tell me that. He never tell me that.
He wasn't home. We had a pleasant, cordial, 7-minute-plus conversation with his mother, who never asked us to leave and answered all of our questions.
Is because the police come in here, they don't find nothing in my house.
But when we told her at one point Garcia's Apple Watch was pinging from inside of her house, this happened. That was coming from your house.
Stop! I told you, if you don't want to go to jail with me.
She yanks the ID right off my neck and then claims that I hit her.
Yes, yes, put me in the camera. Put me in the camera. Put me in the camera.
Police looked at the video.
That's the proof you come to slap me.
They got me my ID back and no charges were filed. Days later, Junior Bazile was in court for a status on that grand theft charge.
I think we have a right to ask you. You're stealing passengers' luggage?
Go away, sir.
Nothing to say to the lady whose stuff you took?
Go away.
In a statement to Local 10 News, Spirit Airlines said, quote, "We issued a reimbursement check to the guest as a courtesy, even though we are not currently aware of any evidence that any Spirit employee was involved." Reimbursed as a courtesy? An airport spokesperson said passenger bags checked in with an airline are that carrier's care and responsibility. A spokesperson for Parody Shops, where Bazile worked, had no comment. Is this part of a bigger ring?
I think it's a group working in the airport. One person no can do that. They just take bath.
The police reports don't say how Bazile got his hands on the suitcase. Broward Sheriff's Office says this is still under investigation. Jeff Weinstein, Local 10 News.